Junwoo was at home playing a video game when his teammate suddenly said something big was happening outside. He took off his headphones and went into the living room. Just then, his phone got a disaster alert. Right after that, he heard loud screams from outside. Junwoo, looking confused, walked to the window. He saw people outside running away in a panic as if something terrible was after them. The whole neighborhood was in chaos. A fire truck drove by out of control. What in the world was going on? As Junwoo stood there in shock, he saw a woman walking toward her daughter with a kitchen knife. Then her daughter, who looked like she had gone crazy, lunged at her mom. Junwoo was frozen in fear. At that moment, he heard more horrible screaming from his hallway. He carefully went to the door and looked through the peephole, but the hallway was empty. He was curious and slightly opened his door. A man, his next-door neighbor, forced his way inside. The neighbor said his roommate had gone crazy and he wanted to hide in Junwoo's apartment. Junwoo told him to leave right away, but the neighbor insisted on using the bathroom first. Junwoo reluctantly agreed. A news report was on the TV saying that all of South Korea had been infected with a zombie virus. It explained that people would get infected if they were bitten or scratched. Junwoo quickly grabbed a sharp knife to protect himself. The neighbor came out of the bathroom just then. Junwoo told him to leave quickly. The neighbor desperately tried to say he was fine, but his eyes were turning red and his body started to twist. Just a few seconds, he turned into a zombie and lunged at Junwoo. Junwoo used all his strength to push the zombie out of the apartment. He used the refrigerator to block the door. He was about to call his family when he got a text from his parents. They said they couldn't come home for now and told him to stay alive no matter what. Now he could only count on himself. Junwoo didn't know how long he could last. He organized the little food he had. Early the next morning, he used a drone to see what was happening outside. He saw that the entire neighborhood was completely overrun. Every floor, every apartment had zombies. One night, Junwoo was woken up by gunshots. He crawled to the window to look. He saw a female police officer being attacked by zombies. He watched helplessly as the zombies ate her. Suddenly, he heard loud banging on the door behind him. Junwoo, shaking with fear, slowly went to the door with a baseball bat. A zombie had managed to get into his home. He quickly ran and used his body to block the refrigerator, but even with all his strength, it didn't work. Junwoo had a sudden idea. He ran to the balcony as fast as he could and climbed over the railing. Just as the zombie lunged at him, he dodged the attack. The zombie couldn't stop and fell straight down. Although Junwoo was safe for now, the food in his refrigerator was destroyed. To keep from being seen, he covered his windows with things he found around the apartment. He didn't know how much longer he could survive. But now, Junwoo had to deal not only with zombies, but also with the lack of food. After a difficult 15 days, Junwoo even started seeing things. He imagined his parents coming home safe, but when he came back to reality, he couldn't take it anymore. He fell to the floor, crying in pain. However, a voice message gave him a little bit of hope. It was from his parents, but the signal inside the house was too weak. Junwoo had to take a risk and put his phone outside. Finally, his phone got a weak signal, but it was the last message from his parents. Something bad had happened to them. Junwoo was already hopeless, but now his heart felt completely dead. He had no reason to live anymore. In the end, Junwoo decided to take his own life. Just as he kicked away the chair, a red laser beam suddenly shined on his face. He was surprised to see that another person was still alive. Junwoo fought hard, struggling until he broke free from the rope. When he got closer, he saw it was a beautiful girl. After talking for a little bit, the girl told him they could talk again the next morning at 7 o'clock. But when Junwoo woke up, it was already 11 o'clock. Luckily, the girl, whose name was Yubin, had been watching him the whole time. She saw that he was hungry and wanted to bring him some food. She tied a rope to a baseball and threw it as hard as she could, but it only landed on the rain cover below. Fortunately, Junwoo had a drone. He skillfully used the drone to get the rope to her. After they set up a ropeway, Yubin gave Junwoo some of her food. But as Junwoo was eating, he suddenly felt that something was wrong. A firefighter who had turned into a zombie was holding the rope on the ground. This zombie still acted like he did when he was alive. With a strong pull, he made Yubin fall and hit her head, making her unconscious. The zombie pulled the rope and started climbing toward Yubin's apartment. Junwoo wanted to help and stop the zombie, but he was too far away. This is when his drone came in handy again. Junwoo kept using the drone to bother the zombie and slow it down. Sadly, the zombie destroyed the drone. Just as the zombie was about to climb onto the balcony, Yubin woke up. She hit the zombie and knocked it down. Seeing that Yubin was safe, Junwoo finally felt relieved. However, the food Yubin had given him was running out. Junwoo decided to take a chance and go outside to find supplies. Otherwise, he would starve. He got his gear ready and carefully opened the door. Luckily, there were no zombies in the hallway. Junwoo found his neighbor's body and took his keys. After he went into the neighbor's apartment, he saw a dead body on the bed. He threw a shoe at it, but it didn't move. Feeling safe, he started looking for supplies. When he opened the refrigerator, a bad smell hit him. But he was lucky to find a jar of peanut butter and a box of unopened crackers. Junwoo also realized that his neighbor was a big climber, so there had to be some useful gear somewhere. After looking around, he found 2 walkie-talkies. But just then, a zombie suddenly appeared behind him and jumped on him. Junwoo pushed the zombie away and ran out of the apartment as fast as he could. The food he got was worth risking his life for. Of course, he had to share it with Yubin and give her a walkie-talkie too. The two of them were finally able to talk to each other. They talked for a long time since they hadn't spoken to anyone in a while. But happiness doesn't last forever. The zombies who had been quiet suddenly got angry for some reason. They were on the ground, not daring to make a sound, but Yubin accidentally made some noise. As the zombies got closer, Junwoo quickly asked her for her room number. He used his homebuddy skills to call the phone in Yubin's neighbor's apartment. They successfully made the zombies go in that direction. After this close call, they didn't want to just sit around and wait. Yubin had watched the building and saw there were no zombies on the 8th floor above Junwoo, so they decided to go there. After they got ready, Yubin, who had experience with climbing, went first. In one fast move, she spun and jumped, landing on the ground. There were zombies all around her. She untangled her rope and ran toward their destination. With her quick moves and sharp knife, she dodged one zombie after another, but there were too many. While running, a zombie accidentally knocked Yubin down. Then she saw a gun in front of her. When she got up to grab it, another zombie jumped on her. At that moment, Junwoo arrived just in time to save her. The two of them ran through the zombies toward the building. They used a glass door to block the zombies and then went into an elevator going straight to the 8th floor. They thought they would be safe there, but when Yubin turned around, she saw a large group of zombies suddenly appear and rush toward them. Junwoo fought the zombies while someone pulled Yubin into a room. Then a smoke bomb was thrown and a man wearing a mask came to help them, but Yubin didn't trust him. The man gave them food and water. Even though they were hungry, they didn't dare to eat. Only after the man ate first did they relax and eat everything very quickly. The man told them there was a lot of food and they could stay there until the rescue team came. When they heard about the rescue team, they couldn't believe it at first. But when the man heard a radio message confirming the rescue team, they were overjoyed. They had no idea that something bad was about to happen. By the time Yubin realized something was wrong, it was too late. Junwoo collapsed. It turned out the man didn't even own the apartment. He had put something in the food they just ate. Yubin also passed out. The man tied them up. Yubin was dragged into a room where a zombie was tied up too. The man held the other end of the rope. It turned out the zombie was his wife and he still loved her very much. He was willing to use living people as food for her. The man slowly loosened the rope and the zombie lunged at Yubin. The room filled with screams. At that moment, Junwoo woke up. He told the man to open the door with his gun, but the man just let go of the rope. Junwoo tried hard to grab it, but he couldn't stop it. After a series of screams, the sounds in the room suddenly stopped. The man carefully opened the door, only to be tackled by his zombie wife. Now the couple could be together forever. Unfortunately, the sound of the gunshots brought zombies from all over the neighborhood and they swarmed into the building. The two of them felt completely hopeless. They decided that instead of being torn apart by zombies, they would end their own lives. Just as Junwoo was about to pull the trigger, they heard a helicopter. They looked out the window and saw a rescue team. It was their only chance to survive. They had to get to the roof. Junwoo threw out 2 boxes of cigarettes and Yubin pushed a baby stroller to clear a path. They took the chance to run to the roof with the zombies close behind them. A zombie accidentally caught Yubin, but Junwoo used his bike to cover her. Yubin broke free. Junwoo told her to go to the roof and get help. But when she got there, she couldn't find the helicopter. Junwoo fought off the zombies and joined her on the roof. The two of them were in a desperate situation again. They yelled for help. The zombies broke through the last door and the two of them were trapped. They ran out of bullets and the zombies were getting closer. The sound of a helicopter's blades suddenly came from behind them. A helicopter appeared and used its weapons to kill a lot of the zombies. The two of them were rescued and taken aboard the helicopter, escaping from that terrible place. As they flew away, they looked at each other and smiled. They were glad they had held on, and in other parts of the city, there were many other survivors like them waiting to be rescued. As long as people fight to stay alive, there will always be hope. So what did you think of this movie? Leave it in the comments below, and if you liked the video, like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you next time.